I won't sugarcoat it, or I won't lie, but having no sales for this month messed up with my confidence. I started to question myself. To be honest, I even doubted myself. I doubted my products, my creativity, and I questioned if it's worth it. And I think that is normal. There's no sugarcoating in here. I know it hurts when you have zero sales for this month, but that is okay. I want to reassure to myself that that's okay. It's not just about the numbers. It's not how I measure success for my business. I want this video to be truthful, to be honest, and to be authentic about the reality of managing a handmade business, especially in Japan. So I'm a foreigner here living in Japan, and I manage a small business. It can be challenging to have zero sales. It can hit your confidence. And yeah, this month I didn't receive any sales. I got zero sales from my online shop, and actually I think I had more unfollows from my Instagram. Even though I'm trying to make interesting content, and I'm trying my best to make more content, and I'm posting every day on Instagram, on YouTube, and I am being consistent. So recently I kept checking my YouTube analytics every day, every morning, and I was checking hoping that something would change, but it didn't. When nothing changed, actually I started to question myself. Sometimes it's really hard to get motivated when you focus on the number, but I didn't focus on the number. Even if I had zero sales this month, I still kept creating. I stayed productive, and I stayed confident with myself. I still believed in myself, and I'm still showing up. So while filming and doing this, and while journaling, I realized that my efforts don't go away even if the numbers are quiet. Instead, it brought me clarity when I was journaling and I was writing my thoughts. I was putting my feelings into paper. It gave me clarity instead, and it shifted my focus. So I focused on my products, and I focused on making, and I know that that is enough. So thank you for being here. I'm excited that you're here, and I hope that you enjoy. By the way, my name is Ali. I'm living in Japan, and I manage a small business here. I sell products, hand-sewn products, from vanity buckets to laptop sleeves. I also make and sell stationeries and sublimated stuff. So I have three main products from my shop: hand-sewn goods, stationery, and sublimated goods. So if you're interested, you can check my online shop. It's bluenotesbyali.com. I ship internationally. I also ship in Japan. So if you're interested, go check my website, see if you like anything, and you can shop them. So the purpose of this video is actually not to complain or to stay being sad, but I wanted to share the lessons that I learned for this month handling and managing my small business. So I've divided this video into 4 points, and I'm answering 5 questions to give myself clarity and to share the lessons that I learned, so you can get value from this video. I have my notebook in here as always because I journal before I film my videos. So I want to get my thoughts together before I film, and yeah. So first question is, what zero sales actually brought up? As I've said in the beginning, when I couldn't get any sales, I started to doubt myself, and I started to doubt my abilities, and it was hard to stay motivated. It was hard to get up in the morning to get to my office and create stationaries and create stuff, be at my table, my sewing table, and sew products. It was hard to motivate myself to edit videos and film short form content. And I think that that is normal. I had to remind myself my why, and I had to remind myself that this is okay, and consistency is the key, and consistency is the win. Having low motivation to create and make stuff and work on my business, and then I was trying to push myself hard again. I was trying to force sales. Okay, so how did I stay motivated? Well, first thing first, I was journaling almost every day. Not actually almost every day, but I was journaling every day. I was journaling my feelings with my personal life and my business life. So that is a good thing. I was letting my feelings out. I was putting them into paper, my thoughts and my feelings. So it gave me a way to process my feelings, and that way I was able to acknowledge my feelings and my thoughts. So I realized that it is okay. Second thing that I did to stay motivated is I kept my routine. I was consistent with my routine. I would get up early in the morning at exactly 7 a.m. Not exactly 7 a.m., but about that time. So I kept my routine. I woke up at the same time. I did my work. I came to my office and filmed content. I have my to-do list as well from my Notion to keep my routine and to keep myself consistent. So that helped me so much to stay motivated. Another thing that I did is to focus on the task and not the future thing. I didn't try to think about the future, because if I think about the future, I worry about the future, and I try to focus myself on the task that I had to do on the day, and I try to focus on the present. So focusing on the present also helped me so much to not to worry about the future. Also, the last thing that I did to stay motivated is I reminded myself my why. So I actually have my vision board in here, and this gives me motivation to work on my business. I also have my journal. I have my Notion template in here, and I journal every day, and this reminds me of my goal and of my dreams and of my main reason why I'm doing this business. So those are the things that I did to stay motivated, and it helped me so much to keep showing up and to be consistent. I zoomed out actually, and I stayed in motion. I kept my routine. So I just worked gently on my products and on my planners. So I actually have a new matcha planner. I have 6 designs for my matcha planners for my collection, and I'm also excited to make matcha notepads this weekend. So that is something that I'm looking forward to this week. So number 3 question is, what didn't I do in this situation, in having 0 sales this month? Well, first thing first, I think I mentioned that I didn't compare myself to others. I'm actually trying to limit my screen time and my social media time. So I only go to Instagram when I'm posting, and I try to schedule my content now, so I don't keep like going to and checking Instagram and TikTok. So that thing helped me as well. I didn't compare myself to others, and also I limit the time that I consume content from YouTube. And yeah, I think that's also helped me to not compare myself to other businesses. So that's the first thing that I didn't do. The second thing that I didn't do is I didn't panic. Panicking is the worst, I think. I didn't panic when I didn't get sales. I don't get that much because I'm still starting out, and I just started my business last year. It's 10 months old. So yeah, I didn't panic, and that is a good thing, I think. So planning also helps me. I have my Notion, and I plan my days, I plan my week and my month. I plan my content, so that helps me to stay consistent. And then the most important thing that I didn't do is I didn't quit. It would be funny to quit your business if you didn't get a sale for a month or for a few months. But yeah, I think that is a very important thing, to not quit. Yeah, so those are the things that I didn't do. I didn't compare myself, I didn't panic, I didn't quit, and I didn't dwell on the thought that I didn't have sales this month. I let my feelings out, I acknowledged it, and I shifted my focus. Okay, so the fourth part, the number 4 thing that I wanted to talk about is about redefining what success is for this 0 sale month. I think it is a very important thing to do, to reset by the end of the month. I do that by writing, journaling, by reading, and doing the thing that I love. I'm in a no-spend month as well, so my activities are limited. I don't go to cafes and I stay at home more often. I go to parks and nature for free. I realized that showing up is important even if no one is watching. Staying consistent is important even if you have zero sales, and believing in yourself is also important. And another thing that I did is I stayed connected to my craft. I stayed connected to creating and making, sewing and making stationery. I did my best to improve my products, and I think that is important when you redefine success. And the successful thing for me for this month is I showed up every day. I worked on my business at least an hour every day. I stayed true to my products. I stayed true to myself. I still believing in myself, and I'm actually being brave that I talk about this in a video, because even like saying that I have zero sales this month is uncomfortable, but I'm letting it out for myself and for others who think that they're behind when they have no sales. I know you're not behind. Quiet seasons don't mean failure, and your efforts don't go away. I think that is the most important thing that I want to tell. Your work, your hard work and your efforts don't go away even if you don't get sales. If you're in a quiet month or in a quiet season like me, know that you are not behind and you're building resilience. I know I am building resilience, and resilience actually lasts longer. Yeah, so I mentioned I was constantly checking my YouTube channel, and I thought I wanted to go viral, but actually sustainable growth is way more important than going viral. So going viral is not the goal, but it is sustainable growth and consistency. So the fifth part of this video is the gentle lesson, or the important lesson that I learned. So I think, yeah, I've mentioned this so many times, and I think that the most important thing that I learned that you can take away from this video is that quiet month doesn't mean that your effort is erased, that your hard work is erased. Motivation doesn't always come from results. You can stay consistent to your routine, and actually I learned that motivation comes when I start the action. Motivation comes from motion. When I enter my office and start working, then that gives me motivation. Yeah, I said this so many times as well, that consistency is the win and consistency is the key. So those are the three main lessons that I learned, and those are the three main lessons that I think I got from journaling. Okay, so that is everything I think that I wanted to say. And last thing before I end this video is my plan for next month, what I'm gonna do in February. So next month will be not to restart, but to reinvent and to stay consistent. Of course, I will keep my routines. I will keep creating. I will keep journaling as well to let my feelings out. So I will keep redefining my success. That next month will not only about sales, but staying true to myself. And I think I want to show up consistently, not constantly, because they're a very different thing. And I also want to build trust. If I want my social media to grow, then I think I want to gain trust from my audience before I get sales. So I think I want to be intentional with my post, not just posting content every day, not just that, but I want to be intentional in my post, in my content. Yeah, and then I will continue measuring progress differently. It won't just be numbers and it won't just be sales. Yeah, so that is my plan for February. That is my plan for next month, and I hope that you learned something from this video, and I hope that this gives you value. So yeah, thank you for sticking with me until the end. My name is Ali, and I have an online shop here in Japan, and if you're interested, you can check it. I hope hope that I will see you on my next video. Let me know if you have any questions, and my final message would be, if you have a quiet month too, know that you are not behind. So thank you. Bye.